Okay, it's another day. This stuff is good and ready to sand and paint, but that won't be for a while. Wanted to talk a little bit about gaps and how I kind of made things flush. Yeah. And that's a pretty good sized gap. And it doesn't line up. But this is flush. Body lines line up. So nothing we can do about that. Nothing I can do about that right now. Real man would weld something like that in there. You know, looking at it. But I don't have any spare of these. And so to make this flush, I had to put the back is adjusted up all the way. So I had to, so until we hog that out just a little bit, to be able to rock it forward and bring the back up, I put in basically a fender shim. At the side is fine, and then another couple other things here. I put a stack of washers here. I couldn't get that thing loose without destroying it to raise it up, that rubber bumper under there. And that was to bring this as flush as possible. So that kind of leaves this high until you push on it, and it stays down. So it's not latched. The whole thing, hopefully a latch will fix that a little bit. The other thing is, well, to me it looks like the hood just a little too short. But I don't know if the trim that goes on here comes all the way out to there. I do not know. But you certainly don't want to move the. So I'm just noticing too that gap over there for some reason is much bigger now. I promise it wasn't like that before. I don't know. But the next step is to get the trunk lid and this hood off and get this into primer. Oh, but before that, I wanted to show you a new addition. Who likes these? It's a Philco radio. It's got 4 speakers. And it's supposedly hi-fi. You can tell by the way it is. Look at this detail. Pretty cool. Kind of bunch of inlay wood pattern going on. This was 1935, 36, something like that. There's this information in here. How to get it, somewhat of a schematic. And then there's this placard that says, you can read it. I'll point out if any person without a license basically is not to operate it anyway. So it's 1932 is when this was written. That's pretty cool to have that stuff in there, huh? Bunch of cool tubes. That's your IF, the radio stuff. This dangly bit here is the antenna. Ground antenna. I guess this is probably speaker out. I don't know what that is. This is probably on. I don't know. Pretty rad. Doesn't work. But the plan is to make it work. Anyway, back to the business at hand. I know I shouldn't do that by myself. heavier than it looks to me. Okay. So let's have a quick look at what we need to do here. Looks like there's some decent flakiness in this here. Looks like it's just obviously rust, but looks like it's sealer peeling up more than metal. I'm gonna dig that out, treat it inside and out. This still looks pretty good. Just sand it and prime it, sand it and paint it. I'll hit that latch a little bit with wire wheel. I know it's kind of shiny the way it is, but and this we'll just sand and prime. Get after it. We got burnables. Probably shouldn't throw sparks that way. Sounds kind of nasty on a car that's about ready to be painted. Okay, so that got out all the nasty flaky stuff. Let's just go ahead and run some 320 across it. I can see this is going to take a little longer than I anticipated. I think I'll hit it as much as I can with the DA first. I'll show you a little. Get as many of these flat spots as I can. Rest my hand, finger. Okay, I'll bring back shortly. Need a little more fluid flow. Darn it. Always empty. Bad news, and there it's dried. Overspray. Oh, little sand. Okay. I just got a little whiff on it. That's a better thin. Am I making you dizzy? Sand and paint. A little more there. Let's set you sideways. All right. That's all that good. See all that fuzziness in there? Just dried. Then I go on the left. This stuff here. All right. That's all I did. Okay, now that the dishes are done, do a quick overview. This looks very, very fine. I just wanted to get a, light sand on it and a light primer, and then we'll probably 320 and paint that, maybe 400. This is a little bit rougher. It'll sand and it'll look great. This stuff in here, kind of rough and fuzzy looking. It's dried overspray, dusty. Got a signature there. You can see it. Hopefully we won't have any of those in paint. Anyway, so hopefully, ideally, over the next couple days, paint these. Till then, you have an extreme summer man.